Welcome to the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast, where we don't take from insurance companies. Here are your hosts, Mr. Jordan Comstock and Mr. Ben Tuine. This podcast is sponsored by BoomCloud Dental Membership Software, www.boomcloudapps.com, and Veritas Dental Resources, www.veritasdentalresources.com. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast. I am your co-host today, Jordan Comstock. I got Ben Tuine on the line. Ben, what is up, brother?
What's up, Jordan? How's it going, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
Happy Thanksgiving. All the past holidays we've missed each other on.
We're here. Just want to apologize to our listeners for we had our conference in November, and we kind of went silent for a little bit there, Jordan and I, 'cause we were busy.
But
back.
We're back. We had a few episodes that were pre-recorded that we published, but yes, we're finally back. I feel like I haven't talked to you forever, Ben. Honestly, it feels like I haven't talked to you since our conference we did in November, beginning of November.
Yeah, that, by the way, was fun. Thanks to everybody that attended. Thanks, Stephanie, who gave us some very fun and great gifts from Kentucky. And,
yes.
Of course, Melissa Dunham for attending, and Genevieve. It was just fun all around. Looking forward to the next one that we'll plan hopefully sometime this year, mid-year.
Yeah, totally. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. So also, Ben and I will be at the Voices of Dentistry in Arizona this year. In fact, it's in a couple weeks here. So we want to encourage all of our listeners to go to the Voices of Dentistry. If you don't know what it is, it's the podcasting conference in the dental industry. And I believe Dr. Alan Mead and the Dental Hacks and Mark Costes from the Dental Entrepreneur Podcast or the Dentalpreneur Podcast, they put it all together and organize it for all of us, and we meet all of our listeners. So Ben and I will be there. We'd love to see our listeners there as well. I'd love to hang out and meet all you guys there. So we have an awesome guest today. Her name is Laurie Owens, and I met Laurie all the way in Hawaii when I went to Hawaii for the ADA and ADMC meeting. So Laurie, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I am fabulous. It's a great day in the Pacific Northwest.
Awesome.
Cool. So, Laurie, was that you when Jordan posted on Facebook about where to go in Hawaii? And I told him to go to the Pakalolo farm. Was that you that responded?
That was me. Go to Zippy's.
Yes, that was
Go
her.
to Zippy's.
Ben, I'm
sure Jordan Googled Pakalolo and he's like, what the heck is this? Marijuana.
Of course I did. Yes, of course I Googled it. I'm never going to trust you again, Ben.
Sorry, dude.
No, I thought it was pretty good. So Laurie,
Yes.
I'll give our listeners a background of you, Laurie. So Laurie is
okay.
She's got some credentials. She's a CPC and a CBP, and I'll let her explain that in a bit. But she's the Director of Medical Billing Education for imagn Solutions. She brings over a decade of experience educating dental practices on billing medical insurance and the techniques to get claims paid. Laurie believes that patients should be able to utilize their medical insurance for procedures due to oral systemic conditions. Through on-site training, medical billing courses, Seattle Study Club lectures, and follow-up consulting, Laurie has assisted dental practices in successfully billing medical insurance to collect benefits that would have otherwise been unclaimed. Her training in medical billing has increased practice revenue and patient satisfaction. So, Laurie, officially welcome to the show. I know we've been trying to get you on here the past few months, but I'm super excited to have you on this show. So, of course, today we're going to be talking about...
I am as well.
Yeah, talking about medical billing. But first, I always like to know, how did you get involved in the dental industry and in this topic in particular in the dental industry?
Oh, funny story. So my daughter was in high school, and I was working at the church that we go to, and we still go to for 10 years, thinking I have no retirement. What do I do? So I went and I'm like, I have to find a job that actually can help me in retirement. So I was looking for a job, and I come upon Dr. Michael Cohen, the founder of Seattle Study Clubs, and they were hiring. And I went to interview 3 times with him because it turned out that he wanted me to be his personal assistant.
Nice.
And I said, I really want to see what dentistry is about. I came to my interview with a folder on all of his credentials and said, I want to see what dentistry does. I would practice counting my teeth going home with my tongue. My first taste into medical was sitting into my first CE class with one of our assistants on bacteremia. And I leaned over to her and I said, Elizabeth, if we're making people sick, how can this be a dental issue? And she said, that's a good question. And that was my first month in dentistry. It was that clear to me that what we do in dentistry is not, I'm not saying it is all the time with every patient, but there are a lot of things that we do that are not dental, that are not tooth structure related. They're actually, we make people sick, and they are sick and making their oral cavity worse because of their disease.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
So that was my first step.
That was your first step in dentistry. Awesome. And how long have you been in dentistry now?
And my first step for 16 years now.
16 years.
And I've been medical billing for 15 of those.
Wow.
Because once I started figuring out why is this a dental insurance issue, I started taking courses at night by myself at home. That was of the day when there wasn't much internet, and so we would I had a teacher that I would fax him the claim, he would grade it, and he'd fax it back, and that's how we worked. We didn't email; it was all through the fax machine. And so I started reading. I started looking at the coding journals, and Jordan, there are 66,000 diagnosis codes.
Ugh.
Wow.
There's no way
that sounds
you
ridiculous.
can navigate through those. It is ridiculous. And it's really I believe when we changed to ICD-10 diagnosis codes, it made it easier for dentistry to start getting reimbursed because it's very specific. You can tell the story without writing. When you send a claim, Ben, you know this. You send a claim, you send a narrative, you send the x-rays, you send perio charting, you send your firstborn child, you send everything you've got.
Everything.
And then they probably still say you've missed something. Medical is just the opposite. They want you to tell the story with codes. And that's it. They want no x-rays. They want no narrative.
Really?
They want nothing else but a clean claim that's clearly told in code.
Interesting.
I hear that when you understand medical billing, not that it's going to save your life in terms of how you do things in the dental office, but compared to what you deal with in dentistry, the medical side is a lot more straightforward, a lot more cut and dry. And
yes.
I think since I've been in the industry, I've been in for a little over 10 years, medical coding hasn't trended as much as it has today, at least from my observation, but it's not trending enough to where dental practices are actually taking it seriously. I do think it's a big problem solver. At least it gets the patients more benefits, more treatment plan being accepted. But Laurie, why do you think dental offices struggle with this? Why do they think medical billing is a difficult area to implement? Because it seems like
I think it's a twofold. I think it's a twofold problem. I speak to dentists, and they're clinically minded. And they know when I speak about the atrophy and the bone and things like that, their brains are like, yes, I do that. But yet then they go back to their practice, and instead of saying, hey, let's get you set up for a class, let's get you information to get it done, they go to their staff and they say, hey, I want you to do this, and it needs to be tomorrow.
Okay.
Right.
And then their staff gets frustrated, and then nothing gets produced because they don't have the training, and that's where it goes, deflating the balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the approach is more, I want it now, and the people get thrown into it, and then obviously nothing gets done because you can't learn this overnight.
Exactly.
That makes total sense.
We always give at Imagn Solutions, we always have a 12-month coaching plan with all of our packages because you need somebody to go to. I have people that I trained 5 years ago that I still help because it's the right thing to do. If they have a question, I'm not going to put them back on a coaching session. I'll help you. It's okay.
Cool.
That's what we're supposed to do. If
Yeah.
if our people are not successful, we have not done our job.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I'm not gonna say, oh well, I spent 10 minutes with you, so I'll send you a bill. That's ridiculous.
Then you're gonna start sounding like an attorney. Don't attorneys do that?
Exactly.
Don't they round up?
Whereas
Like, yeah,
I
it was a
can answer
15-minute
in
call.
5 minutes and you're done.
Yeah, they round up.
I don't want people to think that that's what, this morning I was helping an office that I've never even trained.
Nice.
But it's the right thing to do.
Well,
they had a question, I had an answer.
It goes along with the book. In fact, Laurie, this past week in Arizona at the Jumpstart conference, somebody was asking me about the concept of reciprocity. I don't know if you've read the book The Go-Giver, but that's exactly what you're doing. Is you give value without expecting anything in return, but obviously it does return. Good things for you.
It always does.
It always does.
It's amazing.
So I love that you have that mindset. So my question is, are dental offices allowed to, I know this is a question that a lot of our audience and our listeners have, are dental offices allowed to bill medical?
Absolutely. There's a section in the coding that's discrimination in health care.
Uh-huh.
They have their license. So a dentist, their license encompasses the head and neck. So in other words, if I do a claim for a periodontist and he's saying, oh, I'm going to bill for a hangnail, that's outside of the scope of his license and you cannot do that. But I can bill for a removal of a caries lesion because of diabetes with perio.
Yeah.
So are all services that a dental office would they provide? Can they all fall under medical or only a segment of them?
They all fall under medical, but the whole key is why.
Okay. So the reason why.
You have to have a why. Remember, Mark LeBlanc was speaking about a why.
Yeah.
And you cannot do anything in medical if you don't have a why.
Okay, a reason of why you're wanting to bill medical.
A reason of why
dental.
this procedure is considered medical.
So
if you have a patient with xerostomia or dry mouth because they're taking medication, that's a why.
Okay, I see. So that's a good example. What was another example of why a dental office would bill to medical?
Sure. Another example, what if you have a child who has a developmental growth that the palate is not fully formed in order to make the jaw or the arch compliable to growing?
Okay.
You can do a palatal expander.
Like a 3-way expander? They still do those?
A palatal expander is a medical procedure.
Okay, and you can bill that to the medical insurance, and
exactly.
I'm thinking, as a dental office, my mom's an office manager, so I'm thinking like what questions she would ask. what would be the benefits of billing to medical? Because I mean, the rumor is, and I don't know if you can clear up this rumor. The rumor is that it's a little bit more challenging to bill to medical than just to dental. But what would be the benefit to billing to medical, and then what?
Well, the benefit is that if I bill medical on your behalf, Jordan, because you've developed severe dry mouth, because you've been taking a long-term medication, I have now left your dental benefits on the table for what truly is dental.
Okay.
So now we utilize the benefits through your medical for this condition that it's caused. But if you have maybe a 1-point caries that you need to have filled, that's not that. Now you can use your dental benefits to cover that.
Okay. That makes sense. And then
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then so everyone, Ben had to put on mute real quick. He's in a meeting. So Ben just texted
Okay.
me a question to ask you as well, Laurie. So how do dentists
Sure.
overcome insurance when insurance says they cannot bill medical and have to send a dental, and then or when a medical insurance plan says dentists cannot bill them? So how do they overcome that objection?
I
or
have a
issue?
letter that says, show me the credentials of the person who denied it.
Okay, so you have a letter that they could use to
Right,
overcome
because if
that
you
issue.
think about it this way, by law, they have to tell you who denied it and what those credentials are. Do you
Really?
know a lot of times the insurance company has college students processing claims?
Seriously?
I am absolutely serious.
Did you say medical or dental? Probably both.
Medical. Now dental, I'm not. It could be with dental. I don't know, but I do know with medical it is.
That they've got just college people that are probably
Correct.
inexperienced and they don't really know much what they're doing
Exactly.
other than what their boss told them.
and they look at it going, I don't know how to handle this. Okay, we're going to deny it, saying they're not allowed to do it.
Wow, yeah, that
It
definitely
happens all the time.
So interesting. So you've got a letter that do you share that on your website or anything?
Request the credentials and the name of the person denying it.
And then what does that do when you can send that in?
I would say 8 times out of 10, they process it in your favor.
Really?
They don't even respond.
They just see that and they're like, oh crap, one of our college students messed up. We'll
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so
we'll take care of it, and they process, and all of a sudden now you got a check.
So if you're going to do medical billing, make sure that you have your ducks in the row and have a letter like this.
Correct.
And reach out
and,
to
and I'll
Laurie.
give you a huge for instance.
Uh-huh.
So I know Boeing plans like the back of my hand.
Uh-huh.
Medical Boeing plans like the back of my hand.
Okay.
Medical in Chicago, which is where they're based, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, they will try to tell you that it's not a covered benefit under medical.
Really?
I happen to know that 100% it is a covered benefit for implants, bone grafting, sinus elevations, and numerous other things. So I will challenge the supervisor to grab the manual and tell me what page on the manual it says it's denied.
Okay.
Every single time they have told me that they were wrong.
So it just sounds like you've got to stand your
claim.
ground and have the proper tools, like in this case, a letter that you send
exactly
to the medical insurance company. It sounds just
right.
like,
And the more you do it, the more you know. The more you learn. You learn what this company processes, what this company it allows. And most people, if they think about it, bone grafting is almost hardly ever covered by dental insurance.
okay. Really?
There's a reason.
Yeah,
there is a reason. Because they believe bone is medical.
Really? Okay. So if they're doing bone grafting for like any procedure in the practice, they can actually submit that to the patient's medical insurance.
Absolutely.
And then so my next question is, will the practice be reimbursed at 100%? What does that look like?
No. Okay. And so each plan is different. So
much like dentistry, they have
80%. It's just like dentistry.
Yeah.
And most people don't even know in dentistry because they have access to a lot of online things that all they have to do is say, hey, we're doing some medical procedures. We'd like to see those medical benefits. Can you please allow us that access?
Okay.
Do you know that every office I've dealt with that I've called, it took me 5 minutes to get that office benefits for medical?
Really? So do each patient obviously has a different plan, and which has a different reimbursement rate. So that's what you do. You
Correct.
Call on each patient and get that information when you're.
Well, luckily, if you can get it to, my goal is when I teach a course, I want them to do things online. Because there's nothing worse than being on the phone for 2 hours.
Oh, that sounds like fun,
That does not
Laurie.
help productivity.
That sounds so fun.
I teach them how to get all this stuff online.
Okay, and all the medical insurance companies, you have online portals and everything. There are no like
Right. They just need
People-
to be able to say we are a dental office providing medical services.
and they're good to go with it. Okay. So just
Right. And then they will allow you to see those benefits.
reimbursement often it's not billed at 100%. You mentioned 80%. Is it better than most dental insurance plans, the reimbursement that a practice can
Oh,
get?
yes.
So
Yes. Because if
do
you
have any
think of
stats
it
on
this
that?
way, I'm sorry?
Do you have any like stats like, oh, it's 30% better or whatever, or if it, I guess I'm just thinking on top of my head here, Laurie.
Well, if you think about this, so like an all-on-4 procedure.
Okay.
So we do a lot of all-on-4 procedures. It's $60,000. Are you going to pay me tomorrow, Jordan?
I mean, if
That's
I
a
were a
lot of
millionaire, I would definitely be paying you tomorrow, but I'm not, so I won't.
So I can tell you that we get about $48,000 for every all-on-4 procedure.
Okay.
From medical.
From medical.
Because remember what I said, nobody loses all of their teeth for no reason.
Yeah. Okay, so reimbursement can be better in most cases, like you said, and you do all on
Yes.
fours, and mostly the bigger cases. I mean, when I was at the dental lab, we would do a lot of all on fours with some doctors, and it makes me wonder how they were billing that. Was it through just the dental insurance, or I mean that would be crazy if they were, because
Exactly.
that's a huge case,
And most
and a lot
people
of
think,
money.
oh, well, we're not going to get reimbursed for the lab, and I'm like, why not? You pay the lab.
Of course.
Their medical pays for the expertise of the dentist, the materials used to obtain the impression, whether it be scanning or whether it be actual alginate, whatever material.
Yeah.
That's what they pay for. They pay the provider for the expertise of what they've learned to do.
Okay, so they can, yeah. So I would encourage all you practice out there, if you're wanting to do all on four cases or just the cases that can fall under the category of medical billing, is to get educated on that. Your
most favorite thing to bill, I tell you.
is all on fours.
I love billing all on fours. They're my favorite.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's the doctor's favorite too, because that's a good amount of revenue that can boost the practice, right?
Yeah.
And then the patient, of
Can
course.
you imagine getting a check for $48,000?
That's not a bad payday. Well, and the patient, of course,
Not bad.
it's a benefit for the patient, because they
Yeah.
probably have some big issues if they're getting all on fours.
And I'm going to go back to I do not, when I teach you, I am not jeopardizing your AR at all.
Okay, sweet.
I can tell you over 8 years, I collected 107% of production for 8 years in a row.
Nice. Sweet.
And it's because we don't jeopardize the AR to do medical billing.
Perfect. So, and then my last question here that I got is, why are offices not doing medical billing? I mean, I said, Laura, were you at Christine Taxon's event in Las Vegas?
No.
I can't remember.
No.
I thought you were there, but it was just Hawaii. We saw each other. And then last
Yes.
weekend. So why, I mean, I talk to lots of practices every day, and it seems a lot of them, I mean, you kind of cleared this up at the beginning, that they feel like it's too difficult, but why are they not? What are other reasons they're not doing it? Because it seems
I think they're afraid to do the presentation. And I've actually had, we have actually a software that you can do medical billing on that keeps all your cases in one place, and you can see what, and we would do the follow-up and your appeals. So that's one thing. And so we really try to make sure that if you're struggling, we'll get on the phone with you and we'll do a go-to meeting so that we can see what you're trying to do that you're afraid of doing.
Yeah.
So that way you get more confident in your skills billing, plus the fact that if you use our service, we scrub it before it even goes electronically.
Okay, so you review
so
everything.
if you have a code on there that doesn't make sense, we're going to reach out and say, Jordan, you are not allowed to code for a hangnail. You have to stay within the scope of your license.
Dang it. I really wanted the cash on that.
I know. We make sure that you know what we see, but we're not changing. We're not trying to take the place of your practice. The money still goes to the practice. We only follow up so that if you are a fee-for-service practice, then you bill and you wanted to see what they got paid, it would still be in your account. We would put a note saying, per insurance, patient received a check for this much on this date.
So you can even do this for if you're out of network with that medical. I mean, I'm assuming that
I don't
most.
even recommend you. I don't recommend you become in network.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm assuming that most practices, dental practices, aren't in network with any medical insurance providers.
Correct.
So it would
That
be a
is
fee for
correct.
service. Yeah, it would be an out of network type situation, which is really
Right,
good
but
because
sometimes
most of the time you get paid more.
if you don't want to accept assignment and you kind of want to take yourself out of it and just get payment from the patient, and I always tell them to make sure the patient knows to open their EOBs because there's probably a check in there.
Oh, okay.
But our
Very cool.
company will still follow it up to make sure we know how much they got paid so that you have a good vantage and reference point. So if the patient says, I never got a check,
Yeah.
they could pull up their account and say, it says that you did get a check for this much and it was mailed on this date. You might need to go back and open that mail and or call the insurance to get that reissued.
Okay.
So
very
it's
cool.
helpful on kind of two ends. But the other thing I want to mention is another reason is that, you and I, Jordan, talked about the TRICARE issue and the fact that they are really reducing benefits for the retirees.
Yes.
And I really feel that BoomCloud is the way and only way that should be presented. I mean, if they have an in-house program and then they can bill for the major stuff that they need, I mean, how much better is that as a benefit for them?
Absolutely. I mean, you're
To me, it's huge.
Yeah, I believe that.
I mean,
every practice
I think it's great.
I think that every practice should do both. They should optimize how they work with insurance and negotiate fees on a regular basis, like what Ben teaches.
Yes.
I think they should utilize medical billing, like what you're teaching. I think that if that's going to increase revenue, and then even maybe a doctor is not doing all-in-4s, right, but wants to start doing them, that's a huge revenue generator for their practice. And plus, you're helping patients, right? And then installing a in-house membership program or a dental savings plan for the practice to capture all different aspects of the market, right? Because as we all know, talking on this phone, that there are different segments in dentistry, and every practice should account for those and offer certain types of programs or solutions to get the care that the patients need and to get the revenue that their office needs. So yeah, I'm a big believer in everything that we're all doing here on the phone.
Well, and I just think that offices they really need to offer this to the patients. And I think that's where some of them are getting hung up with, is that they're feeling like they don't have, or they're not going to accept it when they absolutely would. But you're not offering it to them. And that's where the problem lies. So everybody, if you're listening to me, I think you need to get to BoomCloud, get an in-office plan, 100%.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that endorsement, Laurie. You're giving me some resources here. We were talking about them earlier before we were recording.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the resources that you're going to be giving our audience here, and we'll be posting these on our show notes here on the sayno2ppos.com website. But Laurie, let's talk about some of the resources that you're going to be given.
So one of the first thing I gave you was an encounter form for perio and implant. And the encounter form takes you through the appointment. It's all coded medically from procedure to diagnosis. So the first part of it is, what did you do at this appointment? An exam, x-rays, what did you do? You just have to check a box. I think that's pretty easy, don't you?
Yeah,
just
way
check
easy.
A box.
I love checklists. Checklists make things easier.
the next section is going to be, what do they need? So the first part, what did we do?
The necessary
treatment.
Second
part, what do they need? What's the treatment that they need? And then the third part is, why do they need it?
And is that what the codes?
And I tell doctors and assistants, check every box that you hear that doctor say as they talk to the patient. Okay. Every box that you think applies, because that's when your biller can decipher which one is the most predominant and the most important.
So I would imagine it would be good for the office staff to understand all these codes here that you have in this checklist, the diagnosis possibilities, so that when they hear
Correct.
when the patient's checking out, or whenever they feel like doing this, that they can check these off. Or yeah, that's what I would recommend. Cool. So we got that
Right.
checklist here.
And or have the doctor do it.
Yeah,
The
I was
doctor
going to
could do it
say,
and make sure the biller gets it too.
yeah, just have have it, in the system as the practice is checking out the patient, or the doctor's
Right.
almost done with the patient. He can check those off. That way, the
Right.
front office
And
is
believe
not
it or not,
questioning.
you can use that as your verification of
This checklist.
what happened and why you're doing it. It's a legal document that you can send
Really?
as backup to why you do it. Absolutely, as long as it's dated and the patient's name is on it.
Name and date of birth. Perfect. So use this
Yeah,
resource here.
it just has to have their info.
Yeah, we'll be posting this resource on our website. So make sure you use it, because, well, it seems like it could be very beneficial, even if, Laurie said that you could use it for legal purposes, which is always
Right. It's a
which always is
backup to
good.
your diagnosis.
Cool.
Yeah. So the other one that I sent you is going to be how do you
How to
get started? Yeah, how do you get started? And that's for medical billing as well as for sleep apnea appliances. So what things do you
checklist.
need to have? Exactly. And
So-
then I also give you some hints in there if you're billing for an implant extraction, what you need to have as your first code. If you're billing for bone graft, what you would need to have as your first code.
Okay, perfect. So I'll be posting these on our show notes here, so everyone can download those and use those in your practice. And then it is from Imagn Solutions. It looks like all the templates, but
Correct.
it is a system. So I encourage systems in the practice. A checklist is a system. It's a low-tech system, but it definitely works. I use checklists all the time, even with my high-tech company, right? We use checklists all the time as we're working with our clients. But I definitely agree with that. Okay, Laurie, do you have any final thoughts, closing thoughts for our listeners?
Well, we do have, if you're looking for courses, we try to make sure that we can get to where you are, so to speak. So we are all over the United States.
Cool.
The Texas course that I have coming up, there's no more availability. But
Nice.
the next one after that is going to be in Vegas. So that
Vegas.
one is about halfway sold out. Ben heard that one.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun place to go. Yeah, Ben has a good time in Vegas, right, Ben? Especially at medical billing conferences.
I kicked out of medical meetings. Yeah. I'm being rowdy,
Well, I can tell you, you weren't there, Jordan. Do you know what I got when I was there down in Arizona?
No.
You left.
I left Friday night.
I won Paul Homiley's his course.
No way. Congrats.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Paul is awesome. I will be. When are you going? Because I'm going to be doing a course, I think, in May with him.
I'm not sure. I spoke to them, but just, it's just an exciting time in dentistry.
It is.
I just wish everybody could realize, people are here to help you. They want your success. It's not all about the money. I mean, of course, we have to get paid, right?
Of course,
it's not all about the money. It's about the fact that you can,
money.
I'm looking at a big sign that says "Follow your dreams."
Yeah, nice.
And
it
just is appropriate.
I always say money is a byproduct. So there's lots of cool opportunities and lots of people willing to help, but obviously those people, the value and the quality of help they get, that money becomes the byproduct, and that's how we should think about it, as well as practicing dentists, that your revenue and income that you generate from your practice, it's a byproduct of the value and the service you're giving to your patient base. So always keep that in mind. And
something else I want to make sure to tell people, I don't just teach this. I truly bill for 3 offices myself.
Awesome. So you practice
I don't just
teach and practice.
I do,
which is even
what
better.
I tell people.
Yeah.
So that that I want to make sure I know what works. I want to know what gets declined, and be that kind of a help for people. I'm not just going to teach you it. I'm doing it myself.
Awesome. No, I love that. I love it when people are practicing what they're teaching, because it would be weird if they weren't.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So Laurie, if
so I was.
Oh, there's Ben. Yo, Ben.
Sorry, no, I was listening. I was picking up my son from school, so sorry for the 10-minute absence there. But I just want to say, Laurie, you're one of a small handful of people that do this medical billing that actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We talk to so many people.
We do talk to a lot of people.
The questions are more so just an interview to showcase your knowledge to the listeners. But at the same time, whenever we have a guest, we can't help but really eat the information that you share. And so while I was on mute listening, I just want to tell our listeners that I've fact checked medical billing information, and everything you're saying, even you advise them not to be in network with these plans, it is so spot on with my own personal research as I'm now trying to learn this area that Laurie's legit. She really knows what she's talking about.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Ben.
And that's my 2 cents. That's
you know
all I
what,
wanted to
Ben?
add.
I'm excited.
We only get 2 cents.
I tell people there's so much dentistry out there and so few people that just want to be a help. There's got to be more people that step up with their knowledge and their passion for medical billing to help others.
I agree.
Honestly, I've learned more from you in the last 30 minutes than I did at that one conference that you and I went to, Jordan. Like, seriously, the information is legit. It's real.
Well, and the other thing is
it.
Jordan, I think I told you about my workbook that I did.
Yeah.
And I just updated it, and I just have to finish my table of contents. But most people are surprised that I don't sell it.
You give it away.
Sell it.
Well, because
I give it away to whoever comes to our course.
You got the go-giver mindset.
I will not sell it.
Yeah, I love that.
I've been offered actually a lot of money for it, but that's not the point. The point is it's not a money maker. It's not it's a help that I want to make sure that you know how to use it, because I don't want you frustrated with me later.
Yeah. Totally. So Laurie,
Laurie, you embrace the true definition of aloha, and your Hawaiian side.
I try. Just don't ask me to hula. I haven't hulaed for a long time.
Ben hulas, and it's really good.
No, I don't. No.
I'm just teasing.
Ben, do you haka?
Yes.
Ben, do you do haka?
So Laurie, there's a tradition.
I do.
There's a tradition. We make Ben do a haka every time we go speak, right, Ben?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think I'm going to start practicing, Ben, and then I'm going to do it with you. Except I'll take my shirt off, Ben. I'll take my shirt off.
You do that. I'll keep mine on.
That will be a video to remember.
We'll do it next week at Voices of Dentistry.
At Voices of Dentistry? All right, I'll plan on it.
Yeah.
I got to watch my Haka YouTube training videos you sent me then.
There you go.
Well, Laurie, tell our listeners where they can find you, and if they want to reach out to you. I don't know if you like email.
Absolutely. So I'm kind of crazy. I give out my cell phone number.
Yeah, that's fine.
I always tell people though, if I don't answer you, it's because I'm either teaching or on a plane.
Yeah.
But I will always get back to you by the end of the night. Like I told Jordan the other day, I don't go to sleep until all my emails and phone calls have been returned.
You're so good at that.
So my email is Laurie, LAURIE, at imagn, which is spelled M as in Mary, A as in Apple, G as in George, N as in Nancy, Solutions, which is spelled normal, imaginsolutions.com. My cell phone number is 425-280-1542.
Awesome. So we'll put those in the show notes as well. So those that
and
are
if they want to
driving,
text me, texting is great because I can always text on a plane.
Yeah, I like texting too. I'd rather have people text me if they have my phone number. So awesome. So reach out to Laurie. She's very wise with medical billing and can help you. She obviously has the go-giver mindset, which gives you value and expects nothing at first. So lots of good resources that you bring to the table, Laurie. So I'll make sure we post those tools for the practices. But we really appreciate you coming on our show, and I'm so glad that we were able to finally get you on our show. Since we've been talking about this since Hawaii, so thanks so much for making it work. Thanks so much.
And remember, folks, go to BoomCloud, get an in-office done. You've got to. You're going to help your patients so much with that. And medical billing is great, But when you can offer them something that they can see on a very like 3-month basis, that's huge, guys.
Oh yeah. Subscription revenue and subscription clients are definitely the better clients, if you ask me, with our research
Absolutely.
and research done by others.
It's a value.
Yeah,
it's a huge value.
Yeah. So thanks again for coming on our show. Ben, do you have any final messages or announcements that I forgot to make at the beginning?
No, we're all good.
So Laurie, I did my job.
Rock. Great information. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Laurie, you rock. Thanks for coming on our show.
Yep.
Thank you, Laurie.
Yeah, Ben, let me know if you need anything from me, okay?
I will. I'll reach out to you via email directly, personally.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys.
All right, guys.
And last
Thanks,
have
Laurie.
a good afternoon.
Okay.
You too.
Rock and roll.
Take care.
Take care.